recorded that for us. So, we just had a listen to the first part of Sean's little podcast. I wonder if you could try and summarise what some of the key things were. Would you be able to do that, do you think? No, it's a hard day for you today because we have had a few seizures overnight. I know. You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you. So what? Could you give me any of the things that were discussed in there? I, T, W, A. It was. I, N, T, E. Good. R, E, S, T, I, finish, N, G, okay, it was interesting. It was interesting. I, in, T, H, A, T, in that, I, H, A, D, I had, A, L, W, A, Y, S, T, H, O, come on, U, G, H, T. It was interesting in that I had always thought sorry, where are we going? N, A, T, U, R, A, L, natural, S, E, L, E, C, very nice, T, I, O, N, natural selection, W, O, U, L, D, would. I had always thought that natural selection would F, A, what? F, A, O, A, go from the A again then, F, A, alright, let's just use a pencil and start again. It was interesting in that I had always thought that natural selection would. Now go from there. Would. Get your thoughts going again. Is that F? Yeah, you wanted that F, okay. A, you wanted the A. F, A, where are you going now? F, A, bottom there? You're hovering around the bottom there. V, O. That would make sense. U would favour, right, very good. Natural selection would. We'll just do one bit at a time if that's what we need. Would favour. Maybe try this hand for a little bit because that one was getting tired. Not that one. Would favour. T H E V S T R O N G E S, and after the S, sorry, I've flipped the board then, T would favour the strongest. Is that it, or was there another word after that? You could just say finished or war. Finished, okay. So, it was interesting in that I had always thought that natural selection would favour the strongest. Yeah, because that's what we learn, isn't it? You know, that the weak kind of get lost really, and that the stronger species are the ones that survive. But this is kind of putting another context onto things, isn't it? What's the context that this is putting on? A new way of thinking. The new context is about what? F R I E N D L I. Ooh, T wouldn't make sense. N would, yeah. E X. Yeah, the new context that we listened to was actually one of the factors in evolution could be friendliness. When we say friendliness, what sort of things is he, are the theorists really proposing? You know, do they mean that they're just happy and sort of friendly to one another? What? Give me some examples. C O O P E R A T I O N. Cooperation. Ah, that was the word that they used, yes. Cooperation. So, if you've got a species where there is good cooperation between the group or even between species, then that can enable them to survive. There we go, just an impulse. Sit yourself down. What examples did they use? What sort of examples was there? P L A N T S. Oh, plants. A. Touch the N. Plants. A. Touch the N. Go on. N. D. And. Plants and. Plants and. A. N. I. Good. A-N-I. Go on. Keep it going. Finish your word. A-N-I. Go on. Get the good position again. M. A. Go on. Keep looking. L and S. Yeah, that was a good example that was used. plants and animals. So those plants which have been able to survive well, flowering plants, ones which attract animals, attract pollinators, and the animals then carry the pollen on their fur or on their backs, or even the birds carry it and allow it to cross-pollinate. So it might not necessarily be that the plants are actually the strongest or the most hardy, but they're more successful because they've got this cooperation with another species. And then there was an example amongst the same species where one the type of apes where one was more successful than the other. Can you remember the name of the successful ones? Can you remember? Oh, yeah, can you remember the name? Because I didn't. I must look these up. It was, I'm not even sure how you spell it. It did begin with B. B-E-R-N. We'd take a guess that it would be an O. Bonobos it was, wasn't it? Touch the O. Touch the O. O, B, and O again. O, and S. Bonobos. Bonobos. Yeah, and we heard how in comparison to the chimpanzees, the bonobos, the females are actually in charge. And you would think, oh, they'd be a bit weaker than the males. The chimpanzees, the males were in charge, and they're quite violent and aggressive. But they were natural sharers, shared food, etc. And in the chimpanzees, as the males became older, they became even more selfish. So that's interesting, isn't it? And the studies show that with the bonobos, the most successful males in the group had more offspring than in the chimpanzee group. So, really interesting. So the theory is, down you come, that the reason Homo sapiens has sort of survived, whereas other human species became extinct, may not be because we were stronger, but maybe it was because we were kind of friendlier. You know, our uniquely human skills of cooperation enable us to solve social problems. Would you agree with that? Or disagree? I don't know. S, it does. S-E. Come on, S-E. This is good. It's really good. Come on, S-E. You're doing so well. Come on. S-E. Is that the D you wanted? S-E-D. Oh, S-E-D. S-E-D, it does. S-E-D. S-E-D-A would make sense. So you put it does, and then you did S-E-D-A. Go after does again. Just go after does. I think it's a bit hard today. It does. S. Try with a pencil again. E. E. It does seem, oh, that would make sense. T. Go on. 2. It does seem to. B. B. A. G. Good. G. O. After the O. Next letter. Tell yourself next letter. Come on. Keep it going. G. O. And after the O. Go on. Is that D or E? Which one? It does seem to be a good. Where? A good. T and H and E and O and R and after the R. Why, it does seem to be a good theory. Yeah, I think so too. Does seem to be a good theory. Alright, let's just listen to the last part of it a little bit more. There you go. We listened to about half. We've got another half to listen to.
Sometimes people will even make a comment about Lord of the Flies, about, when things are devolving into violence, or, when civilization seems stripped away. And so Lord of the Flies, you might know this already, was a novel by William Golding in 1954, and it told the story of a group of young boys who found themselves alone in a deserted island. They developed rules and systems of organization,